everybody. I thought I would get little Miss Maya out today and do a little video with her and discuss, which I think I have, but a video on handling big snakes. And I don't know if it was specifically about actually handling them. It was about, being so big. And there is some differences, of course, as you can well imagine, from holding a big snake to holding just a little girl like Maya is, but the importance of the actual how to hold and how you really shouldn't hold them, I've never really given it much thought, that it's often something that people just may not know or realize that there is a way to handle them and not to handle them. And after many years of handling them, I don't even really think about it at all. It just is what it is. And of course, like I said, handling a little one is very different from handling a big one. And most snakes truly do, what are you doing? Like to have a fair amount of their body supported when you're actually holding them, to make them feel that they're quite secure and they're not going to fall, or because they're well aware that they can fall. And snakes have hurt themselves when they've fallen, and are able to hurt themselves if they fall. They're not, hello darling, hello, they're not fragile, but they can break their backs and break rib bones, and that's what their body relies on, is the spine and their rib bones. Are very essential to them, actually, is it not? Because that is pretty much what they are, is all spine and ribs and muscle. Of course, muscle all around that. And the bigger the muscles, the more protection of their spine and their rib cage. Why, I believe also exercise is extremely important for them. But handling your snakes is, and should be, cruisy, laid back, chilled, and just being calm and gentle with them, and pretty much letting them just glide through your hands. More than anything, just letting them glide through your hands and not you restraining them in doing that. They do not like to be restrained. It is not natural to them at all. So avoid. And when I say restrain, you don't want them to move. For example, and you're trying to get a good shot of them, and I'll move a little bit closer with Maya so you can see. She shed probably about a week ago. But when I say restraining them, I mean, grabbing them and holding them tight, and they just can't go anywhere. Grabbing them by their head. You really don't need to do that. Of course, you want them to get used to you touching their head, and that's all well and good to touch their head gently, give it a little bit of a pat and what have you, but there's no need to grab them by the head. They don't like it. Just like they don't like to be grabbed by their tails either. So that is very much an area that you don't touch or grab. You can touch, but certainly don't grab and pull them by the tail. When you're going to get your snake out, remember to lift from underneath them and make sure that you lift within the first third of their body length. They really need you to give them support pretty much starting from this area down. Don't try and lift them, from this end up. Start closer to their head area by being about a third of way down. They'll feel more secure if you do that. But always go from underneath. You don't need to put your hands around them. Just let them support on the palm of your hand, and that way they won't feel like you're actually grabbing. And you saw me get a mare out where I do have to kind of grab her and hold on to her because she will jump out of my hands. So I do it for a reason. I won't have to always do that with a mare, of course. She will become a lot more calmer in time when I'm, excuse me, I apologise. This is a short survey about Australian politics on a Saturday afternoon, but anyway. So, yeah, avoid going over the top and actually grabbing them from the don't. Go in towards their face. You don't need to. Go to the side of them. Little less scary for them. This big hand literally coming into their face, and we don't like that either. So I guarantee you our snakes don't like it as well. But Maya is as you can see, a very calm girl, very used to being handled. Little Antaresia only have really little stubby tails, not stubby, but compared to carpet pythons, tiny little tails, but she still uses it to grip onto things and help balance and support her, like my carpet pythons. But I think little spotteds are an actually wonderful snake or little python to have in your life. I love my Morelia. I love big snakes, but little snakes, they're just as good. They're just as much fun. They're just as curious as, and I've said this before, as my big snakes. So much easier, really, to get them out. And they don't take up a lot of space. Housing them, they don't take up a lot of space. Do you? Hey? Not at all. And of course, Maya was already a few years old when she came to me, but had been handled by a previous owner who was just a young girl who of course got to her teenage years and, you know, got too busy with friends and living life, and her parents were responsible enough to say, you know, you're not giving her what they considered to be good care. And I found her and went to see her, and even though I didn't like the conditions that she was being kept in, when I cleaned out all her substrate, there were months of waste, and I think they literally tipped a big bag of substrate in there, so it was like this deep, and I was finding waste all the way through to the bottom of it. And she had a respiratory infection. She did not have heating because her thermostat had broken, and it was summer, so they felt, well, she doesn't really need heating over this time of the year, but she did. And I've had I have a couple of RIs even with me, and I've had to, you know, treat her, and I have treated her by taking her water bowl out, upping her temperatures, of course giving her some F10 treatments, and she seems to get over them with that. I haven't been very lucky in that happening with Sia. Temperature is very critical for diamond pythons, whereas with Ma I could up it without there being any ill effects to her health at all. So I just thought I'd talk a little bit about handling, and Maya needed some time out, and I need to give her enclosure a good clean today actually, so she can go on to the jungle gym. So let's spin this camera around and I will put her on it. Maya is very used to venturing onto the jungle gym. She has done it plenty of times in her life, and as I've said, this jungle gym is amazing. Hang on, I'll just put you down. So she will loosen off my hand a little bit and let her grab all by herself here. This is how handy I do find them. I don't have to put Maya into a tub while I clean out her enclosure, and I will spray it out with F10 as well, so that needs to dry for a good hour. And in the meantime, you know, Maya gets to explore, and even though it's just the jungle gym, it's better than the inside of a tub. She's also allowed up onto the hangout area and climb up there too. Well, this is little snake time, and as you can see, well, this girl climbs like the rest of them. Little blonde spotted that Maya is, just like my big guys, and I've said this over and over and over and over again, I know, and I guess I sound rather repetitive about it, but this is truly how it is, you know, little and all. She is just like the big guys. Love. Sorry. Every time I pick up the camera, my dogs start to bark. But there she goes. That is Maya, and she loves getting up here. She loves exploring. She loves climbing. She
enjoys every bit of being out and being able to get around. So you can enjoy your little snakes as much as you can enjoy a big guy like Jack, my coastal carpet python. Jack, I have a video to go up, and hopefully that's up before this one, that you will see loves being up here and loves getting up high and loves climbing. And here's Maya. She does exactly the same thing. And of course Maya is so much quicker getting from one place to the next place. Very fast, agile little snakes. You know, Jack has a whole lot more body to drag along behind him when he's getting somewhere. So it takes him a little bit longer to get to where he's going, but nothing stops him from doing it, and nothing stops Maya. Just the fact that I do have to keep my eyes on Maya a whole lot more, as you can well imagine. Amazing how much she blends in up here and anywhere up here. I just have to keep my eyes on her all the time. And yeah, because she can disappear. And she gets into the most tiniest of little places too, where of course my biggest snakes cannot get to. Well, they can get to it, but I see them getting to it. Maya, not so much. I think, you sneaky girl. And she can be a little bit sneaky. I'm trying to follow her around. As you know, my room has lots here. She's currently over there checking out things, and I'm guessing whether she's going to go down, of course, onto this particular area, which she would not surprise me because she does. But she'll come back up here. And in actual fact, Maya being up here, for me, is so much better than her being down low in lots of ways. Because up here, she can't hurt herself. There's nothing that she can hurt herself on. You can see she's all the way up there, checking things out. She knows I'm here watching her as well at this particular point. But yeah, they love to climb. They love to explore. They love to be adventurous and check everything out. That is exactly what they want to do. And, you know, Maya's well aware of all this climbing apparatus, and that she can use it and stretch, exercise, and it's a beautiful day. So I was thinking about actually taking her outside. There's Miss Tessa. So what are you doing up over here? Yeah, well, you've got a full belly too. So guys, just a little video of little Miss Maya on an adventure today. I'll have to, I give all this a good spray down. It gets a little bit dusty occasionally up here, but a little bit of dust doesn't hurt them either. I don't even know where, like I said, she can disappear. Oh, she's gone over there. Now, checking things out.
Don't stick them into a tub. Let them explore something like this instead. It's got to be more fun than a tub. That's for sure. So guys, take care of yourself and your family and your friends and your snakes and all your animals. Ciao.